Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is another bookish video. Hello friends, in today's video we will be talking all things romantasy, and in particular we will be talking about my Romantasyathon TBR. If you don't know, between the days of the 15th and the 22nd, there is a fun readathon that's going to be happening called Romantasyathon, where we are trying to plan out and we're going to be attending a ball. And we have to get our dress, our date, our weapon, etc. Like, I will go all through my TBR and the prompts in a minute. But yeah, we're choosing how we're gonna attend this ball, and then at the end all the stuff will be revealed. And if you don't know this, I didn't mention it before, this readathon was created and is hosted by Tori from Tori Between the Pages. I will link her channel down below, and also I can see if I can link the video down below as well, where she talks about the readathon in more detail. But yeah, I am so excited. I have been really wanting to read a lot more romantasy, especially to get over the Onyx Storm hangover that I have. So I really want to pick up some really good romantasy. So I am very excited for this readathon. And like I said, it goes from the 15th through the 22nd. It is currently the 12th right now. So I am filming this TBR kind of not really late, but I wanted to get it out sooner, but that didn't happen. But that is okay. I am excited to share with you all my pile of possibilities for this readathon. In no way am I going to get to all of these. But I do have a book for each category and each prompt that I could potentially use for the readathon, because I like my options. So yeah, without further ado, let's go over all the books that are on my TBR for Romantasyathon. Okay, so for the first decision, we have to pick out our dress. And so the prompts for that are they're basically color prompts. And the first one is a white or pink cover, and for that I have Omen of Ice by Just Accardo. This is a first in a romantasy series, and I think it's young adult. I am not sure on that, but I'm pretty sure it is young adult, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. I can't remember if it was a young adult or an adult, but it follows, I think it follows Keltani Tun, and she is training to become a bodyguard for the Winter Fae, and for the Winter Court. And then that's where she meets Valen, who she has to protect. That's her first assignment. And he doesn't want her protection. And that's all I really know from the little synopsis. I don't want to go through all of it. But yeah, it gives me very wintry vibes with the ice and just the cover. So maybe I will get to this for the readathon. But yeah, this has been on my TBR for a while. So yeah, I'm excited for this to be a potential option. Another dress color option is black, and for that I'm choosing Empire of Flames and Thorns by Marian Blackwood. I've heard recently really good things about this, and I feel like this is a good one that will maybe get me out of my Onyx Storm withdrawals, because it's it just gives me Fourth Wing vibes, especially with the gold dragon. So yeah, this has I know really nothing about this at all. I just know it's a romantasy, And I kind of want to just go into this one blind. I just know that it has dragons, and it's a romantasy, and I think there's some banter in it. But yeah, I love these end papers in this one. That is so stunning. Anyway, I am excited for this one. So yeah, this is my black cover option. Next color I could decide is green, and for that I'm choosing Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This was originally a self-published romantasy and then recently became published. And I love the new cover. It's so shiny with the gold. Again, this is a romantasy. It has dragons, and that's all I really know about it. Again, like pretty and like the map. I love that. But yeah, it says, I will find a way to defy death itself. To keep you here, we have a deal. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about this one either. But I am excited for that. And this is, of course, very green. The last color option we have is red. And for red cover, I'm choosing Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This one has been on several TBRs, and I still have not gotten to it. So hopefully maybe this will be what I choose for the readathon. It follows Tisana. I don't know if I am pronouncing that name right, but I think she is like forced into proximity to train with Maxon. And yeah, like they're forced to like train together. And I think there's like some enemies to lovers. I am not sure. But I mean, it's forced proximity, so I feel like they don't really like each other to begin with. But I'm excited to give this one a try. It's like I said, it's been on several TBRs, and I loved Serpent and the Wings of Night by this author. So I don't know why I keep pushing this one off. Maybe because this one has a lot more mixed reviews on it. Like people either like love it or hate it. So that's kind of what makes me nervous. But I'm excited to see if I will give it a try for Romantasy. And then we have to decide who we want to bring. And there's 4 different prompts for that as well. I think there's 4 different prompts for every category. All right. And so for who to bring, the first option is a new release. And for that, I'm choosing The Serpent and the Wolf by Rebecca Robinson. And I know this is not like a super new release. It came out in like November of last year. So it's only like a few months old. So I'm counting it as a new release because I've been like really wanting to pick this one up. And this follows, I think this is a like marriage of convenience and enemies to lovers story. And it sounds really good. Or yeah, it's a fake marriage meets enemies to lovers. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. Like, it feels like it's something that like, this is definitely of like a 5-star prediction for me. And yeah, I'm excited. It says it's a steamy, thrilling romantasy debut, the start to a duology. Perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I feel like I will love it, and I like that it's a duology, so it's not like I'm starting like a huge series. So I don't know, I'm excited. I haven't really heard too much about this one, but I'm still very excited to give this one a try. And the next prompt is opposite of new release. We have a backlist title. And for that, I'm choosing The Longing of Lone Wolves by Lana Petcherix. I am so sorry if I pronounce that wrong. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. And this is a like wolf shifter romantasy. And that's all I know. There's like fae and like they're like wolf shifters. And yeah, that's all I know about it. But I'm excited. Like I've had this on my TBR for a few years now. So I'm hoping I can get to it for this readathon. But we will see. It says it has nods to The Witcher and Beauty and the Beast. Now, I haven't seen The Witcher, but I love Beauty and the Beast. So I'm excited for this. And also, like, I know I've seen like clips of The Witcher, so I definitely see why, like, from the character, it gives off, like, The Witcher vibes. But like I said, I haven't seen The Witcher, so I have no idea if it, like, how accurate it is to that, but I'm excited to give this a try. The next prompt is a sequel book, and for that I'm choosing Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is the sequel to Powerless, and I had so much fun with reading that book last year. It wasn't like an all-time favorite, but it was a lot of fun, and I don't know why I've been pushing out for reading the sequel. Maybe because I know the third book doesn't come out until, like, I think it comes out in April. I'm pretty sure it comes out in, like, April. So I've been kind of waiting to read it until closer to, like, the release date, so I don't have to wait as long. Because I think it's, like, the finale of, like, the trilogy. So yeah, I've been holding off on reading this, but I'm still very excited to try out the sequel to Powerless, because I really enjoyed it. I can't really say much about this one, but the first book had, like, these, like, trials that were, like, really fun. It follows Kai and Peyton, and, like, they have to, like, do these, like, trials together, and it's kind of like, it was like an enemies to lovers like relationship, and I like the banter in that was, like, top tier. Like, I love that one. So yeah, I'm excited to give this one a try, especially after the ending in that first book. So yeah, Reckless is an option. And then the fourth option or prompt is to read a first in a series, and for that I have Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I have a lot of books that are first in the series, but this is the one I'm most excited for. That is the start of a series, because I've heard nothing but good things about this series. Like, I've heard, like, if you love Throne of Glass, you'd probably really love this, and I don't know, I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I know this book in particular, people said, like, is, like, okay, but then as the series gets on, people like this book, but, like, as the series get on, like, people's, like, the sequel and I think the third book were on a lot of people's, like, best books of 2024 list. So I just really want to read this so I can, like, continue with the series and see what all the hype is about, because I've heard nothing about good things about this series overall. I know nothing about it, but I'm excited to read it. All right, and then we have to decide our background. So, like, if we're, like, vampire, witches, fae, demon, whatever. So that's, like, a fun prompt. So we have to find books that, like, follow, like, which background we want to be in. And so the first prompt is a book with witches. And for that, I'm choosing Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I am so sorry. I've heard nothing but good things about this. And also, this is getting a lot of buzz now because the sequel to this released this month. So I really want to get to this one as soon as possible so that I can also read the sequel, because I don't want to be spoiled. Because, like, yeah, the sequel, like, this book and then the sequel are getting so much hype right now since it's, like, releasing this month. So I really wanted to get to this one. Obviously, this follows a witch and a witch hunter, and that's all I really want to know going into it. I know it's enemies to lovers, and I know this is a young adult YA fantasy, or yeah, like a young adult romantasy, but I am so excited. I've heard really good things about it, and I really need to get to it as soon as possible. Next up, we had to choose a book with vampires, and for that, I'm choosing The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. This is the, like, third book, but first in another, like, a second duology for Serpent and the Wings of Night. So this is in the same world as The Serpent and the Wings of Night, but it follows two different characters that were mentioned in that, like, first, like, duology. But yeah, I've heard some mixed things about this. People haven't liked this as much as Serpent and the Wings of Night, so I kind of been pushing it off. but I need to see for myself if it's good, and I've been pushing it off for too long. And I mean, this came out like at the end of last year, so it's not like I've been like, I like pushed it off very long, but I still like, I've been wanting to read this, so I need to get to it because I love Serpent and the Wings of Night, so why haven't I read this already? But yeah, I just know this follows Mish and then her love interest. But yeah, I'm excited to give this one a try. And obviously it has vampires in it, because it's like a world with like vampires and there's like humans as well. But yeah, it's like ruled by like vampires. So we have to find a book with Fae. And for that, I'm choosing A Kingdom This Cursed and Empty. This is the sequel to A Court This Cruel and Lovely, which I also read last year, and I love that one. And I just have been pushing it off. Like, I actually tried reading this last year and got like 22 pages in, just then put it down for whatever reason. I don't know why. I do that a lot. I'm not sure why. But maybe we will get to it for Romantasyathon, because yeah, I really need to get to this series before I forget everything from that first book. So yeah, this is an option, and there is fate in this. All right, and then the last prompt for like our background is demon or angel. And for that, I'm choosing a book that I'm not sure counts, because like romance is not very like prevalent in, like, there is a little bit of romance in it, but it's not like the main like focus, really, at least from what I read from the first book. Like, it wasn't like in like the front and center, but it does have demons in it, so that's why I'm counting. And I also like, I need to get to this book anyway this month, and that is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This follows Clary Frey, and she, in the first, like, it takes place, it's like an urban like in New York. So it's an urban like fantasy, like young adult fantasy. And in the first book, she gets swept in the world of like the shadow hunters, and they like hunt demons. And that's all I really want to go. I don't really want to spoil. I know these books have been out for years, but I still don't want to like spoil anything. But yeah, it follows Clary and Jace and like their adventures, like get like killing demons and like being shadow hunters. And yeah, this is book 2 in the series, if I didn't already say that. But yeah, it has demons in it, so I'm counting it for this. I don't know if I will read it for the readathon, but it's the only book I had like physically, because I want to try to read like my physical books. It's the only book I had that like I had a physical copy of that I could count for this prompt that I know of. I would have to like really look at all my books to see which ones had like demons. But I think most of my books either are like vampire, fae, or something else. Like, I don't think I have a lot of books that have like demons or angels. At least none that I like would want to read for this readathon, because like I don't want like a like really thick book, because I think I have City of Gods and Monsters too, that book, but that is a like chunker of a book, and I don't really want to read that for the readathon. So yeah, I'm not choosing that one. But yeah, City of Ashes. Hopefully this is fine. All right, and then our next category is choosing our trope that we have with our love interest, or who we brought. And the first trope we have is enemies to lovers. And now, again, a lot of the books I mentioned also have enemies to lovers, but for this prompt in particular, I'm choosing A Promise of Fire by Amanda Bouchette. This follows Kat and Griffin, and I think there's a lot of like talk of like gods in this, different like gods. I think it's like I don't know if that's Poseidon. I don't know if it's like follows like the like Poseidon and like I'm not sure exactly. Um, anyway, I know it's enemies to lovers because they are, and it's also like a kind of forced proximity as well, because I think they like are forced to like work together or something. But that's all I really know. It just says kingdoms will rise and fall for her. It says Cat Fisa isn't who she pretends to be. She's perfectly content disguised as a soothsayer in a traveling circus, avoiding the destiny the gods and her dangerous family have saddled her with. As far as she's concerned, the magic humming within her blood can live and die with her. She won't be anyone's pawn. But then she locks eyes with an ambitious warlord from the magic-deprived south, and her illusion of safety is shattered forever. Griffin knows Cat is the kingmaker, the woman able to divine truth through lies, and he wants her to be a powerful weapon for his newly conquered realm. Kidnapping her off the street is simple enough, but keeping her by his side is infuriatingly tough. Cat fights him at every turn, showing him a ferocity of spirit that burns hot and leaves him desperate for more. But can he ever hope to prove to his once captive that he wants her there by his side as his equal, his companion, and maybe someday his queen? All right, so that was a lot. That's like the synopsis. I think it's just like a hate to love maybe more, because I think she just doesn't, like, she hates him, I'm pretty sure. But still, I think it will work for the prompt. And this has been on my TBR for a while, so I'm excited to get to it. And then the next prompt is forced proximity. Next trope. And for that, I'm choosing Daughter of the Drowned Empire by Frankie Deanne Malice. And this follows Lyriana. And then also, what's his name? Ryan Hart. Lord Ryan Hart. And he is forced to train her. And I think this is also a little bit of like friend, like, or she's secretly loved him since she was a girl. And now he's like forced to train her, and that's all I really know about it from there. But I'm excited to read this one. I have been wanting to read this for so long, and yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. This is like a 6-book series. I think there's like 6 books out now, so I really need to get to this one. And then the next trope we have is love triangle, which I'm not like super excited about, but I am excited for this option. Like, I only had one option on my physical TBR that I know of that is like a love triangle. And also, if I do choose love triangle, that also means I have to read 2 books from my who to bring like category, so I'll have to read 2 of those books. So we will see if I actually do read this one, because I don't know if I will be able to read 2 books in one category. So for that, I'm choosing These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. This is a young adult romantasy, and it is a love triangle. It follows the king of the Unseelie Court. She's like taken by the king of the Unseelie Court, and she has to like pose as a bride for Prince Ronan, who is a Seelie prince. And then also it follows, oh my gosh, she also follows a leader of a Unseelie like group of misfits, and she also like meets the leader in that like group of misfits. That's all I really know. I just know that I've heard it is a love triangle, and I mean, obviously, like there's 2 men in the background here, so I'm assuming it's a love triangle. I think it's a safe bet. But yeah, I've been really wanting to read this. It looks like it'll be really good, even though like I'm not a huge huge fan of love triangles, but I will tolerate them if they are done well. I mean, I did love Twilight back in the day, so I'm not like super opposed to them. I mean, I know Twilight, it's not like going back, like Twilight wasn't like the greatest, but I still have a fun time with some love triangles, so I'm excited to give this one a try. The last like trope we have is fated love, and without doing spoilers, I know this book has fated love. And this is Filthy Rich Vampires, the second, right? This is a sequel to the first book, Filthy Rich Vampires. I know, like, it's the Filthy Rich Vampires series. The first book is just called Filthy Rich Vampires, and this one is called Second Right. But, like, they all have the Filthy Rich Vampires, like, in big font. So it sounds like they're all called Filthy Rich Vampires, but no, each one has, like, on the bottom, like, a separate title. It's kind of like the Zodiac Academy series. But yeah, this is book 2, and it follows Thea and Julian, and Thea finds out, or she ends up, like, falling for a vampire, Julian, and, like, there was a lot of stuff that went down in the first book. Like, I don't really want to spoil, like, I can't really say what this is gonna be about. I'm just gonna say it is fated love. I'm excited to read the sequel, even though, like, I read, like, some of it last year and just put it down. But I'm excited to pick it back up again and maybe read it for the Readathon. And I think this is more like an urban, like, fantasy. And it's, like, more, like, modern day. But I'm still, like, excited to get to this one. All right, so I've been talking for a while. I need to go through these more quickly, I think. Next category is the weapon we're going to choose. And the prompts for that one are, like, the first one I have is your fave author. And for that, I'm choosing Zodiac Academy, The Awakening. Now, I don't know, I can't remember if she said rereads, if rereads are okay or not. I hope they are, because I've been wanting to reread Zodiac Academy for a while now. Because I read books 1 through 7, like, 2 years ago. And then when the 8th book came out, I, like, kept pushing it off. And then I never started it because I was like, I can't remember, like, these characters. Like, what happened in, like, the last book. Like, I remember a little bit of what happened. Like, I remember things. But I don't remember everything. And I'm like, some of the characters that I'm like, I don't remember who you are. So I remember, like, the main, like, love interest and everything. But some of, like, the side characters, I'm like, I don't remember who you are. So I definitely want to reread this series, and I think I'm gonna start it, like, in, like, the recommended order where you read the first 3 and then you move on to the spin-off series. I think it's like the dark Penet, I don't know, it's a Dark Fae series. I can put a, like, picture here, but that series, I want to read the first 3 in this and then move on to that series and then go get back into the Zodiac Academy series. I just know I ate these books up. Like, I love them so much. So, like, I don't know why I didn't, like, continue on when it first came out. So, yeah, I'm going to reread it, and hopefully I will enjoy it just as much as the first time. And because I also have these, like, stunning editions as well. Like, it has, like, the character art, and, like, I have all of them. Like, they're up high, so, like, nothing happens to them. But yeah, I have it's books 1 through 8, I think, in, like, these stunning editions. So it has, like, the character art in it, and then also, like, shiny hardcover. So yeah, I loved the Zodiac Academy series, so I am definitely excited to try to reread it and catch up with this series. And the next prompt was to read a book from an author you have not read before, and that I'm choosing Blood and Steel by Helen Schuer. For this, I don't know too much about this book. I just know that it's an epic romantic fantasy, and I think it's enemies to lovers. But yeah, it's part of the Legends of Thesmar series, which I've heard really good things about. So I'm excited to hopefully give this one a try. And then the third prompt is a recommendation from a friend. And I am counting my favorite booktubers as my recommendations from friends. And this has been recommended by Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy, who is a co-host for Romantasyathon. And then it was also in like other, I think Mel from Eleanor Reads, she has also read this, and she is also a co-host. And so, yeah, I'm excited. That is Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. This is book 1 in the Beast of the Briar series. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it is also Why Choose. And yeah, I have been wanting to read it for so long, and it's short, so it'd be probably perfect for the readathon. And yeah, I love this cover, and I'm just excited because I also love Beauty and the Beast. So, and I just feel like I will have such a good time with this one. So, very excited to add this to my pile of possibilities. And then the next prompt was a book that is out of your comfort zone. And this is the one on this list that I'm like the least excited for, which I mean is kind of the point because it is out of your comfort zone. And I didn't really have like this is only out of my comfort zone because it's a book that has very bad reviews, but I still want to give it a try and form my own opinion. But I will be going into it with kind of low expectations, and that is Sanctuary of the Shadow by Aurora Asher. And yeah, when this came out, people had gave it were not they did not like it. So I've been pushing it off because I've been nervous that I will also not like it. But I'm all for trying to form my own opinion on books, and I had pre-ordered it because I wanted the stunning edges. Even though yellow is not my favorite color, but I like pretty edges. This isn't my favorite edges, but I still wanted it because it was pretty. And I was excited for it until the reviews started coming out. But I will still give it a try, and maybe we'll see. I will read this for the readathon. But yeah, Sanctuary of the Shadow. Again, I really know nothing about it. I just know it's romantic and a romantasy, and I know it's very spicy. I think that was one of the they said it was mostly just spice, and they wanted a circus, but there wasn't too the circus wasn't a big it wasn't very prevalent to the story really, and the cover gives off it is circus. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna go into it with a little bit lower expectations, and I will form my own opinion and see if I like it. But yeah, that is why I'm counting it as out of my comfort zone, because I get nervous with books that have not very good reviews, and yeah, I'm just nervous to read it. So that's all I could think of for a book that is out of my comfort zone. So yeah, this is the book for that prompt. Okay, and then there are bonus prompts, which I don't know if I will get to, because I don't even know if I will get to all of the books for each prompt. We have to decide on what to bring and stuff. So yeah, these are just bonus prompts. I'm not sure if I will get to the bonus prompts, but here they are. The first one is a book with a one-word title, and for that I have Gold by Raven Kennedy. This is the 5th book in the Plated Prisoner series. This is another one I've been pushing off and I really need to get to, but this is a thick book, so I don't think I will get to it for the readathon, but it is a romantasy I'm excited for. And yeah, if anything, I'm just excited to mention a romantasy book that I'm excited to read. And yeah, I've been putting it off, but it's so, like, it's intimidating because it's like the second to last book in the series. And then I'll have like one book after this one, and then the series will be over and I'll be sad. So I've been like pushing it off because I just love this series so much. And so, but I really need to get to it. Next up, we have audiobook, and I'm not a big audiobook reader. Like, I can't really like concentrate very well with audiobooks. Like, I love it for people that are able to just do like everything while doing audiobooks, but like I have trouble focusing. But I think I really need to like listen to more audiobooks so I can like focus on like other like hobbies and other things like around like doing things around my house. So yeah, I do have one book that I had in my Audible library that is a romantasy that I can use for this prompt. Like, that's where I was getting with, like, I don't have many options for an audiobook that I have already in my like Audible library that is romantasy. But I did find The Midnight Bargain by C.L. Polk. This was in my Audible like TBR. And so yeah, I have The Midnight Bargain. I don't really know too much about this. It just says this is a romantic new fantasy about a sorceress who must balance her desire to become the first great female magician against her duty to her family. That's all I really know, and I have the audiobook for it, so I can definitely, if I even get to the bonus prompts, I can definitely give this one a try if it comes to that. But yeah, I love this cover. Like, this cover is stunning. And then next up, the next bonus prompt is a book you found on or saw on social media, and for that I have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've been pushing this book off for so long, but it's been all over on like TikTok. It was hyped, it's like all over TikTok. And then also like recently I saw, like I'm mentioning, Covers with Cassidy just did a vlog reading. I think the first 2 books maybe I saw her reading, and like she said she loved them. So her videos have definitely made me want to push this book like up on my TBR. So I'm excited to get to this trilogy. It is a young adult trilogy and it follows like Fae. And I know this is like very like enemies to lovers, like hate to love. And yeah, I'm excited to see what like people love about like Jude Carden and like what all the hype is about. And then the last bonus prompt is a like book that you are like an highly anticipated book, and for that I'm choosing The Last One by Rachel Howzell Hall. This is a romantasy. It's another Red Tower book, and it has like again like the pretty edges and also stunning end papers. It's the same on this side too. And then this is my favorite part. Oh my gosh. Okay. It has a like snake on the hardcover. Like, that is so pretty. It's again on the back. So yeah, this is a very pretty edition. I think this came out in December and I've been like really anticipating reading it for a while now. I haven't really heard a lot of people like talk about this book, but I'm excited to read this. And again, I know really nothing about it. The back just says there are gods, there are humans, and then there's her. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, I'm excited to read this one. And if not for the readathon, then read it soon. in like the next like month or two, because yeah, I'm very excited to add this to my TBR. Okay, so that was a lot of books and a lot of talking. That was all my books for the Romantasyathon, my Romantasyathon TBR, or just in general. Like, I obviously won't get to all of these books for the readathon, so just take this as a big Romantasy TBR. But these are books that are on my like radar for Romantasyathon. These are the books I will be like picking and choosing from for the readathon. I am so excited. Again, I will link her channel down below, and I will also link the channels I mentioned down below too. Again, Tori Between the Pages is the creator of this readathon. I am so excited to participate this year because I just really want to read more Romantasy, especially after Onyx Storm. So yeah, definitely in a Romantasy mood, especially because of like I haven't read it like Romantasy this month yet, because I've been waiting for Romantasyathon to read my Romantasy. So yeah, I am very excited to get back into Romantasy for this readathon. Again, yeah, I will link all the channels down below. Please let me know if you are participating in a Romantasyathon, and if not, leave a sword emoji or like any like fantastical like emoji down below, like a fairy, witch, whatever you want to, just so I know that you have been here. And please like this video if you want to, and please subscribe if you want to, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.